Welcome. Today we're going to discuss Shopify dropshipping and more specifically why I quit Shopify dropshipping. I hope you're going to learn something from this. I think it might be very valuable for somebody that's looking to get into Shopify dropshipping. All right. Now let's start off with this. Why are you getting into Shopify dropshipping? The biggest reason why you would get into Shopify dropshipping is because you have been lured into thinking that you can make a lot of money. Now, I'm not saying that you cannot make a lot of money. You definitely can. So I would say try it out, see for yourself. Like Gary Vaynerchuk says, test, figure out what works, scrap what doesn't. So what are we looking at, right? Today I want to talk about a few of the factors why I quit Shopify dropshipping and what's the better alternative for me at least, what's the better alternative to doing business versus Shopify dropshipping. Alrighty. So, the big thing for me, why I quit Shopify dropshipping would be Facebook ads. Now, before we get into Facebook ads, let's discuss why you would get into Shopify dropshipping. You go on YouTube, you search how to make money. Maybe you've heard about dropshipping. You try to figure out what it is, and you see these great videos that explain exactly what Shopify dropshipping is, with the hopes that you're going to make so much money just by doing something that I'm doing. And what happens is you start copying other people's ads, creative, and you start doing exactly the same thing as the next guy down the street is doing. This creates this avalanche of people just copying each other. They see a product pop, they'll steal it, they'll literally copy the ad. There's no innovation. It creates this mess. It creates cheap looking ads. And this is what I was doing, right? This is why I'm saying all of this, because I was doing the same thing. I was taking the next guy's ads, trying to make it my own, testing it, seeing that it failed, trying something new. And in total, I just drove myself into a hole. All right. So let's discuss this hole. What have I done with my Facebook ads? So in total, I've spent about $2,000 on Shopify dropshipping. All right. So most of that money was spent on Facebook ads. A portion of it was spent on Shopify, the platform, and a portion was spent on Shopify ads. And also another small portion was spent on the merchant Stripe processing fees, which is about 2% of the overall pie from the purchases that I got from my Shopify store. So let's break those things down. First thing is Facebook ads. This is the biggest portion of the money piece, and this is why I'll talk about Facebook ads and why I just started hating them by the end of my Shopify journey. So I've spent about close to 2 months trying to do Shopify dropshipping. And in reality, that is not enough time to really figure out if a product works or not. But I was so desperately hurt by spending so much money for me that I just decided to quit. And also because I found a better business model, which I want to discuss at the end of the video. So let's get into it. Facebook ads costs. In total, again, about $1,500 I spent on different ads. I was testing different ads. I was testing different products. I think I tested 8 or 9 different products with different types of ad groups, with different types of targets, different countries. I think I tested as much as you can probably test. And again, I was doing the thing where I was copying somebody's ad. I was trying to test it with different markets, trying to make something work. And I was not a beginner to Facebook ads. I actually had some pretty good experience with Facebook ads, but just in a different field of marketing. And what happened was I started getting some sales, and those sales drove my emotions to spend more money on Facebook ads. So every day I was probably spending like 60 or 70 bucks on Facebook ads, and I was not getting the ROI, but I was like, okay, you know what? This is somewhat working. I will just try to figure out how to make it better. That did not work, because as I was trying to figure out how to make it better, I was spending more money testing different new products. Those products were not performing. I was testing those products because I saw somebody else, for some reason, was selling them incredibly well. So I thought, hey, I can do it. I'll just copy the thing that they're doing, tweak it a little bit, just a little bit, not a whole new video, just tweak it a little bit. And I will be at the top just like them. Well, for me, that was not the case. It was money spent. People just didn't buy. I don't know how that works, right? But people just did not buy. In my case, I think I had a pretty good design. I spent about a few hours, well, not a few hours. I spent about a couple of days actually tweaking my website design, trying to make it look really well, professional, something that people would think is a retail store, something people would want to buy from. So in total, we're looking at Facebook ads, Shopify ads, and add-on app costs. The add-on apps were ranging from $50 to $100 a month for me, and the Shopify costs, I think it's like $30 a month if I remember correctly. So in total, that for me, it could be up to $2,000 for that month that I was trying to dropship really aggressively, and then I made about $500 back, so I was $1,500 in the hole. So those are the costs of Shopify dropshipping. That is what really struck me emotionally at the end of the journey, where I was like, hey, I can't do this anymore because I don't know how long I'm going to fly down the hole before I start really making a profit. And even if you look at really successful dropshippers, right, the numbers are really crazy. If you look at somebody like Gabriel St. Germain, he's a pretty successful dropshipper, having spent over $1 million on Facebook ads, the profit margin is about 40%, right? If not less. And you have to get to that level where you have to spend $1 million to make 400,000, right? And as your ad spend amount decreases, so does your profit margin, unfortunately. So the less you spend on Facebook ads, the less usually your profit margin is. So, are you comfortable spending a lot of money, like really comfortable spending a lot of money to make 40, 30, 20% profit margin? This is how normal business operates because marketing is a major cost, but unfortunately you have to be comfortable for that. And the biggest thing that I did wrong, I would say, is I spent it on a credit card. And when you're spending money, on a credit card, you are anxious about it. You're twitchy. You're like, okay, if it's not working, I'm going to turn it off immediately. And that created a emotional urgency for me. I was not comfortable. I did not feel like I was doing something right. I was getting some sales, which were a good driving force, but spending that money on a credit card, oh boy, it's just not good. And right now, I'm not spending a single cent on my credit card for any kind of marketing. I'm doing everything organically, and I want to get into that a little bit later. So if I were to do Shopify different, I would literally probably print out flyers with my product, make a nice little ad, and go to door, hanging these flyers on people's doors to sell the product. That's how bad I did not like Facebook ads. They were just not working for me. You have to think outside the box. Do not just copy and paste somebody else's ad and expect it to work. It does not work. It did not work for me. So I burned out completely with Shopify kind of 2 months in. And here's what my better alternative is. At this point, I'm focused on organic content marketing. Gary Vaynerchuk recently said in an internal meeting that the person that will win the game, which means business in general, is by the person that produces the most amount of relevant content spread across social channels. And that makes complete sense. And I have mentors and friends who are doing that and are getting incredible results. But yes, it takes so much work. Think YouTube, right? This takes work. I have to edit the video. There's a lot of things. I won't go into detail, but putting out content, you can write content, you can record audio podcasts as content, or you can record videos. So those are the 3 content pillars that you can spread your content out, but all of those take work. And I might make another video about how what the strategy behind this content marketing is. But in terms of Shopify, in terms of actually making money, at least I'm not spending money, and I'm building, let's say, this collection of YouTube videos under my channel. And what happens is I'm getting momentum slowly. Yes, 1 view at a time. But imagine this, I'm not spending any money. I'm not going down into a financial ruin, which again, I don't know how long down I have to fly before I start making money. And for me, that's just too big of a risk at this point. When I understand that I could literally post content every single day, and figure out how to make money organically from content rather than spending money on Facebook ads. Now, the alternative that I would probably recommend for you if you're doing Shopify dropshipping and you're like, yes, Dennis, I've spent too much money, or look, I don't want to pull out my credit card and start spending money. So the alternative would be something like this. And you could probably do this in various ways. I'll just use a very specific social platform plus a very specific like product, right? So think about something like a Instagram page, right? That's all about makeup. And then on the other end, you're selling a teeth whitening kit, which is a hot Shopify dropship product. So what you're doing is you're building a organic following, and you're just grinding out. You're posting that page on Instagram. You're really engaging with the people. You're posting content. You're posting 5 to 10 pieces of content on your Instagram theme page every single day. You're building a momentum. You're figuring out ways how to get followers, right? You build up a community of people which then you serve ads to, right? This is the slow way. This is not the easy, fun way. There's no shortcut to start showing your ads to millions of people around the world. But hey, the one positive I think that trumps all of it is that you don't have to pull out your credit card to Facebook and give it to Facebook in order for people to start seeing your content immediately. It takes work, but it's worth the work, for me at least, right? You might be different. This whole thing is about from my experience, not from yours. So in the end, I encourage you, I implore you, if you have tried dropshipping and you have failed, try it again. But don't go the Facebook route. Just think about original content marketing that you can use to build up some kind of a following, a community of people who you're giving content to, and then serve them with ads. Or you can literally talk to them and ask, hey, if I was selling a product, what kind of product would you want me to sell? People respond. You can figure out ways how to serve people. You build a community, serve that community with ads, with some maybe helpfulness, maybe a product that you want to sell, whatever. But at this point that I'm trying to make is that you have a group of people who are highly interested in what you post or what you have to say, etc., and that will buy your product that you list. Well, that concludes my Shopify journey. I had some emotional experiences. I had some awesome experiences when the sales came in, but in total, in the whole picture, I switched to a different strategy, which is organic content marketing. So that's about it for the video. Go ahead and drop a comment down below. Let me know what your journey is like. If you're struggling, if you're balling, making it, I'm super glad for you. Just go ahead and drop that comment down below. Like this video. Click on the notification icon to get notified on that bell when my videos come out, and subscribe to this channel for more free, awesome content that I will provide value with. Again, thank you so much for watching. Hope you are doing well with whatever journey you're on. Stick around on this channel, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.